or whatever, and you're saying, how can we do this safely? Then or how can we do this without risking anyone? It's like, then you're doing the wrong thing. You've got to go in there and say, how the fuck can we do this and do something that's out of this world? It's going to be terrifying. It's going to be really dangerous. No one's done it before. And then you have someone like Garrett say, well, you could put the camera there and it's going to look that way. And you say, yeah, no, you're right. How about if we move? And that's how you come up with a sequence like that. So every sequence is one that starts out on the drawing board as being undoable, and it has to be that way. I think we as I said, we started the sequence at the beginning of the movie as this incredible sort of elaborate descender that was going to be and then it became a base jump, which is actually, I think, better than what we'd started out with, which is the other beautiful thing about filmmaking is you go in with a plan. And quite often, it's the compromise that makes that plan better and more cinematic and more memorable.
Yeah, there was one thing that we wanted to do that we didn't get to do. We wanted to jump a car through a glass window of a building, actually. We wanted to drive the car straight through a couple of rooms, actually.
It's going to be a fun one there.
Yeah.
It was just harsh. I think the whole of the street, and it was a completely abandoned street in Bangkok. It was like a modern part of town. It had been built 5 years earlier. Completely empty, and I think it was owned by some conglomerate. I'm not sure what reason they had for it. They were a little bit idiosyncratic, and they said yes to everything when we set this amazing chase routine up. We got there that morning, and this is an example of running. What I mean by you have to fly by the seat of your pants slightly. We got there that morning, and they said, no, you can't do any of that. All you can have is the street. So suddenly you're faced with now we've got this very elaborate chase sequence that we've all worked on for. We've got the stunt guys who've flown out from the US and we've got everything planned, but you have 20 minutes to come up with a way of doing that and planning your whole day around all of the shots, the stunts, in a way that's as dramatic as you would have been, but without any of the stunts that you had planned, which is pretty heroic.
That being said, I mean this goes back to what we said before, and I actually think it's better than just going through a glass, building and driving through.
It would have been fun.
I think it would have been fun, but it is gratuitous action, because it's been done before. Instead, we just came up with the end with just doing a complete head-on, doing what's called, it's not really a T-bone, it's a head-on. But you just have, Rick's car drive straight in, head first to a truck. I mean, which is something that people all can relate to because they've seen it, many times in their lives, and it just wrecks you.
We were lucky enough to get an actor called Keith David on this picture, and I honestly believe he's one of Hollywood's undiscovered gems. And everyone will argue with me and say, yeah, no, he's in all these movies, but no one's put him in a lead role yet. And this guy has so much charisma, so much, star power, and it's just an awesome cat. I think he did fantastically in this movie. He did so good. He made us all bring up our game. And I remember when we found out, Rick and I went off and we came up with all these new scenes for him because, we've got this guy. And, we had no idea we were going to get someone with so much sort of, of gravitas in there. So I think we came up with some really fun stuff for him. And I just hope we've shown him to an nth degree of what he's capable of because he is really, really cool. And then we had a young guy called Bokeem Woodbine, who is awesome. Another martial artist that hasn't really had the chance to show what he can do. These guys all, Rick, these guys work really hard at their craft. They know their lines, they come in completely prepared, but physically, they're all in the gym, they're all working out every night, working out with Garrett, running. I know Garrett went to some of the Thai boxing gyms while we were there in Bangkok, and I know these guys went with him, Keith went with him, Bokeem went with him, and they all went to sort of swat up and learn a little bit. It's so much fun when you work with people like that. Absolutely committed because of Rick's drive. The wonderful thing is when you get a lead actor like Rick who's doing all this stuff, all the other actors go, well, fuck, if he's doing his own stunts, I better do it as well. And so they all get in and they all chip in, and Bokeem's there, I'm going to do something even more dangerous than Rick, and Rick's there, no, it's fantastic. It's an awesome sort of creative environment to be in. And we took poor Danya, who's the only girl out of this group of very, very high testosterone, males out, and she was fantastic. She kicked all of our asses. That's the thing that we don't tell anyone, She was working out like mad and really, really, really a good soul and hard worker and loved the Thai people, and I think she was our best diplomat of the bunch, wouldn't she?
Oh, absolutely.
Did a fabulous job. So it's a really, really good cast. Roger Yuan is another fantastic martial artist who is almost at some kind of sensei level. It's just really, really good. And working with these cats, it made us all come to the top of our game, because you're realizing that you know, these guys are bringing everything. They're bringing their A game, so you better damn well be prepared as well, which was really good. You know, it was a truly, you know, awe-inspiring, you know, cast. Very, very good.